1.3 million women and children have already sought sanctuary across the border. They leave behind the men of Ukraine, who will be forced to join the military effort. Men in their teens are buying guns and preparing to shoot them for the first time, while overseas residents are giving up their safety to head straight to the heart of the war zone. Europe correspondent Lisette Reymer reports from Ukraine.
As Sunday dawned and the hymns rang out, Ukrainians prayed for better days. Leaning on their faith, relying on something bigger to help carry the weight of war. Soldiers stand among the parishioners, their future comrades beside them. 22-year-old Rustak Slovolenek is one of those preparing for the inevitable call to join them.
I want to get a license and get a gun because I want to be protected.
You are prepared to shoot a gun?
Yeah.
As one of millions of Ukrainian men forced to stay and fight, he has to be. They are barred from leaving the country, but most men here wouldn't leave even if they could.
No, I will not go from my country. It's my home. I want to fight with this.
Yurko Nazaruk doesn't know when his call to arms will come, so for now he fundraises for more, designing T-shirts and selling them, with profits destined for the army. It's the only thing he knows to be right in a world where everything else feels so wrong.
You cannot believe that in the 21st century people are coming with these metal machines that are coming and just fighting for the civilian.
And in Ukraine, it is civilians who will help power the fight back. Newly recruited troops patrol the streets, men who have sent their children overseas so they can go to war without worry.
How hard is it to stay here while they go away?
You understand, it's really hard.
It is mostly one-way traffic out of Ukraine, but the brave and the loyal continue to trickle in. Pierre-Francois's mother is Ukrainian, so from France he came, and to Kiev he plans to go.
I have to be there, I have to do something. And so my first reflex was, okay, at least tomorrow.
The men here who are already serving their country will not talk, partly because they are so focused on the job at hand, but mostly because they are ruled by suspicion. They fear that any information they pass on to us will ultimately end up in the hands of the Russians.
They are careful and they are vigilant, but Ukrainians will not be intimidated by their invaders. All over the city, these same billboards are appearing, with a message for the Russians and their leader. Translation:
Go f yourself, Putin.
At a time of great sorrow, the laughter alleviates the hurt, even if just for a moment.
I hope it's over soon.
Yeah, I also hope.
Hope that is only matched by the unfaltering Ukrainian faith, which on the second Sunday of this senseless war saw them gather in their droves to bow their heads and pray for peace and for each other.
Lisette, another round of peace talks is scheduled for today. Is anyone there optimistic?
Well, Ukrainians have far more faith in the strength of their prayers than they do in the negotiators who will be sitting in that room. And you can understand why. Following the second round of peace talks, the only progress that looked to have been made was the establishment of those peace corridors. And in the last 24 hours, it's been very clear that they are not being honoured, with a young family among those who were killed in that shelling that took place during what should have been a ceasefire. President Zelensky has described this as deliberate murder. He has vowed to never forgive or forget, warning that there will not be a quiet place on earth for those who were involved, except for in their graves. The attacks on civilians continue to rise. The aerial bombings are increasing. The refugee crisis is spiralling out of control by the day, and the humanitarian crisis here in Ukraine is also increasing by the hour. Every aspect of this war looks to be escalating. The only thing that is showing any sign of diminishing has been the up until now unfaltering hope of Ukrainians.
Lisette Reymer, live from Ukraine. Thank you very much.